Hi guys, today's video is another topic about manifesting multiple desires at once. I feel like that's the theme for this week. My previous video that I think I literally just uploaded last night was about manifesting multiple desires at the same time, how to do it, how it works and everything. And today's going to be specifically about SPs. So this may become a really popular video. It tends to be my most popular topic to talk about. So if you are new here, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and all returning viewers, if you enjoy the video, please do thumbs up as well. And I'm going to get into how I think it's best to manifest multiple people at the same time, you know, my personal opinion and how I think is the best way to go about it. So stay tuned for that. I'll talk about that in just a moment. And I also want to say that I offer coaching. If you're new here or you've just recently subscribed, for example, you may not know all the offers I have for coaching, but I kind of talk about it in every video. But I do offer a bunch of different packages you can get for emails or Instagram DMs. I have new infographics and guides that I've recently released, so you can purchase those as well if it's something you're interested in. If you'd like to know all the information and details, it's on my Instagram, which is linked below in every description box of my video, LOA Coaching, and you can also reach out to me by email. Leave a comment if you're unable to get in touch with me or you need more details, but everything is actually on my Instagram. So now let's get into the video. I want to start off by reminding you guys that yes, you can have multiple SPs. So before I get into how it works and my opinion as a coach, I'm going to tell you guys and remind you that yes, you can have anything you want, anyone you want. Oh, there's an army helicopter going over. I wonder where that's headed. But anyway, I don't think you guys can even hear it. I was like, what is that? It's a weird shape. But anyway, distracted there. I honestly wanted to remind you guys because I feel like sometimes we forget or we give away our power, and the most important thing to start with is that yes, you can have anyone you want. You are the director of your life. You decide, who you want to have a relationship with, what that looks like, and whether you're consciously doing it or not, it's going to manifest how you're thinking about it. So you may as well take full control and consciously direct it in the direction you want, right? Too much of the direct word, but you literally are the director. You're the creator, the director, producer, editor, actor, you're everything, right? You're everything for the production of your life, to analogize it. So you decide. So yes, you can have multiple SPs. There's absolutely nothing or no one to tell you that you couldn't have it. I mean, why wouldn't you? Manifestation is limitless. Also, a reminder that societal standards and logic don't apply. I personally do have a lot of opinions based on society and gender roles and kind of myself as an individual, myself as like a citizen and all these things. So I do adhere to those kind of things sometimes. And I like having those beliefs because they're part of my values and how I look at life and things. So there's no harm in that. But when it comes to manifestation, you do kind of have to put those aside and perhaps change your perspective on things. So if you believe in something that you think affects your SP relationship, you're probably going to have to affirm that, SP has never done this, or SP will marry me no matter what. You might want to word it in a certain way. But when it comes to manifestation, those standards, those society's beliefs, people saying you can't have two SPs or you have to always only pick one person. I'm going to explain more in detail what I mean, but no, you don't. You pick whatever you want. There's no logic. There's no, oh, but if you're talking to this one guy, you can't start talking to another one because of XYZ. No, yes, you can. If you want to, you can. So I'm not recommending that you cause any kind of harm or anything. But when it comes to getting two different types of relationships with SPs, you can. If you want to wait for your 3D to conform with your first SP, guess what? You can start going on dates with a second SP. There's no reason why you shouldn't. If that's really what you want, no one can tell you can't have it. So you can create different relationships with them. I presume no one is trying to manifest two wives or two husbands. That would be kind of strange, but like I said, do whatever you want. Manifestation is limitless. Whether or not people in society or me as a coach would agree with that, technically you can manifest anything you want. So I presume usually it's, you have one main SP that is the person, maybe you're in love with them or you just really want the relationship with them, you want to get back with them because they're your ex, but then you're on a dating app and you happen to start talking to a guy that you really like, a woman you really like, for example, you can still pursue that. There's no reason you have to limit yourself to one person. If you want to pursue dating, you know, multiple people, talk to multiple people, see if there's a potential relationship with multiple people, you can do that. So like I said, if you're waiting for one SP, the main one, to conform, but then you've met someone you really like and you just want to see how it goes, or you just want to go on a couple of dates with them in the meantime, you can, right? Because obviously there's a reason you have that desire. Perhaps that's the person you will realize is meant for you, that you connect with the best, that the first SP isn't really the one you even want that much and your feelings have completely shifted now. That may be the case. So you're more than welcome, like you have every right to pursue that and see if that's something that you want. And, you know, like I said, pursue two different types of relationships. So having said that, I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I've said, or someone who isn't into manifestation, you know, judging what I'm saying, because I am not condoning or recommending, that's the word I was looking for earlier, condoning. I do not condone cheating or causing harm to other people or being deceitful. So I'm not saying start manifesting marriage and dating your SP, but then have, you know, another SP that you're with. Yes, manifestation would allow that, because like I said, there are no limits. It's all up to you. But I never ever condone that. I do not recommend you, you know, have multiple romantic or sexual partners at all. I'm saying that you know, if you want to explore a potential relationship with multiple SPs, or have, you know, one SP, if it's a guy, you know, court you or ask you out on dates, or you just want to flirt with them, there's absolutely no harm in that. I personally think, obviously, once you've developed a relationship with one, you should stop pursuing the other, because if you want that relationship, you know, that's your SP, right? That's my opinion and advice as a coach. So no, I don't recommend, you know, pursuing it in an immoral way where you are, you know, engaging in some form of cheating or causing any type of harm to another person, where you might be lying or deceiving them. But overall, yes, you can have multiple different SPs where you could be going on dates with both, you know, you could be talking to both, you could be spending time with both, whatever it is. You know, if you just want to see how it goes and you are in no contact with first SP, for example, you technically in the 3D reality are single, right? So you can technically do whatever you want. So until you get some type of commitment from an SP, I think it's totally fine to explore any avenue you want. So going along with my advice in terms of keeping it up to your moral values, just as well to avoid confusion or any kind of relationship issues, I would recommend creating different affirmations for them, you know. Hopefully you do desire different outcomes with each SP. It's not that you are in love with both people and you want to marry them both. That's going to be a real issue. So usually what it comes down to, what I've seen for other people, there are different desires. You have an SP you want to marry, you're developing contact with them, you're manifesting them back because perhaps they're not even in your 3D reality as a relationship at all at the moment, and then you've met someone new and they're talking to you, or they're asking you on dates, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you just kind of fancy them, you have a bit of a crush on them, right? You can explore that. There's absolutely no reason you shouldn't or couldn't. Now, keep the affirmations separate, because like I said, if you start affirming that you're married to both, I feel like it could just complicate things. It will create strange outcomes. You might end up feeling confused yourself, like, who do I actually want a long-term commitment with, you know, that sort of thing. So for example, you could say SP1 and I are married. You know, SP1 and I are happily married. And then you could say, well, there's the second guy or second girl who I really like. You can say SP2 is taking me out on perfect dates, or SP2 and I are in constant communication, right? And I feel like that's the best way to avoid any kind of relationship issues and really have the clear boundaries of what it is you're manifesting with each SP. Perhaps you just want to have fun, go on a few dates, start speaking to someone new, have that dating experience temporarily. That's also totally fine. Like I said, there's no reason you shouldn't. And then once you get the real physical 3D reality movement with your SP, you might decide, okay, I'm going to leave SP2 now. You know, I'm going to manifest that we don't have any kind of relationship beyond being platonic or friendship or whatever the case may be. You can shift it that way, because you can always change your affirmations and mindset. And, you know, if you do have one main SP, then obviously that would be who you want to focus on, right? Another easy way to do it, and that I think you will get the most beneficial, positive and harmless outcome, is if you use the word perfect or ideal, or, you know, something that implies it's just all perfect and flawless. So for example, SP1 and I have a perfect relationship, and then you say the same for SP2, because then your subconscious mind will know exactly what you want and what is best. And if it's perfect, it cannot cause harm, it cannot cause you problems, you know, you won't be confused, you'll get exactly what you want and need. That's my perception of the word perfect. So if you phrase it in a very general way like that, where you're getting exactly what you want, I feel like you'll just get the perfect outcome and it will all come to fruition or end as it's meant to in your best interest. And I think a reason people ask this question of can you have multiple SPs is because they don't realize that actually one manifestation doesn't correlate to the other. Like I said, do not use words such as married for both SPs, because that could potentially create very weird, strange, undesirable outcomes. And to me, that makes no sense at all. But if you are creating slightly different things, you have a different vision in your mind of what the outcome should be, then one won't impact the other, right? They are separate. They are separate people, separate relationships. You're manifesting different outcomes. So yes, you can have all of it. Final point is that by manifesting both or focusing on both potential relationships, in the 3D reality sense, I mean, obviously you already have everything you want, but in your 3D reality, things are unfolding and shifting. So by focusing on the type of relationship you want, it might help you realize and kind of figure out your actual feelings, your true feelings and true desires. And you know, you may find that you fall in love with one person, or you really have a strong connection with one over the other, and that is actually who you really want. So yeah, it could be a good way for you to figure things out, really get more clarity for yourself, where you realize actually I don't want to date at all because no person compares to the original SP, that's who I have feelings for. It will just, I think, really clarify things for you, and you can explore it as you're going, you know. Anytime something happens that you don't like, that isn't in your best interest or isn't positive, you can shift your affirmations, shift your focus, revise it, so no harm happens at all. So it's very, very simple. The same principles apply, and yes, you can have multiple SPs that you are manifesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed my perspective and advice. It's okay if you didn't fully agree with it. This was just my personal perspective on it, but I hope it was useful. And if you did find it useful, please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye.